We're here with another edition of SVG Sports Tech on Demand. I'm Jason Dackman, Chief Editor at SVG, and I'm joined by a good friend of our organization, Paul Babb of Maxon. He's now the Chief Marketing Officer and COO of US Operations. Paul, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. How you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me, Jason.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you because you guys just made quite a splash. Cover of Time magazine doesn't happen to a lot of people, but you guys got right on there. So tell me a little bit about how Maxon and the role that you guys are playing in a very hot emerging market got you under the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah, pretty exciting. It's not just putting our name on there, but they actually put our product interface on there. Cinema 4D is the cover of Time magazine, the full interface, and that's all thanks to Mike Winkleman, aka Beeple. People probably know him from his crypto art NFT successes. He's the godfather of NFT art and for people making money in the NFT world. And thanks to him for putting together the artwork for Time magazine and incorporating, showing his workflow of how he creates the art that he has been selling using Cinema 4D.
Sure, yeah. Nothing is hotter right now than NFTs and crypto art, and Maxon playing a huge role in that. So that's super exciting. But let's talk about stuff that's going to really relate to our media and entertainment and especially the sports sector. You guys had a big series of announcements, I guess, on release, I should say, a couple weeks ago, including a new version of Cinema 4D. Tell us a little bit about what these latest products are.
Yeah, sure. Cinema 4D S24, great upgrade, especially for motion graphics artists, the guys doing broadcast graphics, guys and gals doing broadcast graphics. There's some great tools for new placement tools for dragging and dropping, putting objects around, even dynamic placement around scenes. We actually have updated our content browser to a new asset management system. A lot of great content in there. Drag and drop, there's scenes, materials, lighting, objects. It's just a plethora of things for people to get going right away. And there's a host of other improvements in terms of animation, workflow types of things, and of course some continued development on the scene manager technology, which is a node-based backend for those high-end people who like to play with nodes. But that week was just full of all kinds of things because we also announced Redshift for Macintosh. That's been something that's been a long time coming. When we acquired Redshift back in 2019, that was one of the key issues for us was, half our user base has been Mac historically. And so we wanted to make sure that they could take advantage of the great GPU rendering technology that we acquired. So that got released as well. And an updated version of our iPhone app that uses for facial capture and body motion capture, Moves by Maxon, got updated as well. And we put out a new Maxon logo just to add a little to it. 20 years in coming, we put out a new Maxon logo. So it was an eventful week for us. Big shift over in the website. As you can imagine, you shift everything over on the logos, and so that was kind of a crazy week. But yeah, very exciting time for us right now.
And a lot of pressure for you guys. If a normal technology manufacturer and technology service provider redoes their logo, it's one thing. But when Maxon, who is widely responsible for creating logos all over the world, has to redo it, that's not an easy task.
Yeah, let me tell you. You can imagine. Yeah, we're trying to create something that pretty much our entire user base will judge. Yeah, because we sell to artists, right? So yeah, of course, changing our logo is a great big deal. But yeah, I mean, on top of I mentioned the acquisition of Redshift in 2019, and then last year we merged with Red Giant. So it's been a really busy, crazy time for us, but it's really exciting because there's so much opportunity for us now with the great talent that we have brought together between Redshift, Red Giant, and the Maxon engineering teams. We're already seeing great results in terms of, I believe they added some additional functionality, bringing Magic Bullet into Cinema 4D, which is a Red Giant product for post-processing. Just some really great stuff happening, and we're just scratching the surface.
Very cool. Well, now with the merger as well as the Redshift acquisition, you guys, like you said, you're a larger entity, you're a more robust entity. So I'm curious, for our little neck of the woods in sports, what are some of the goals that you have right now for serving the sports market? How do you think you are providing a more robust solution for those that are creating for sports media?
Well, let me tell you, motion graphics, broadcast graphics has been historically the bread and butter for Cinema 4D users. It's been the bread and butter for Maxon. It is a key market for us and very important market. There are several features. I mean, the placement tools and the asset management system are anchors for where we want to go with doing more things for motion graphics artists, because we have found that, in the broadcast world, they got to create things quickly, got to get them on the air fast. So we're putting a lot of great features in place that are going to facilitate that even further. There are a lot of things in development that are coming soon that are very geared towards sports graphics artists. And of course, we're always keeping our eye on the future and the use of tools like Unreal and improving that connection between cinema and our other tools and Unreal and all the other tools that people are using in broadcast. Ultimately, we want to make sure that we make a streamlined, smooth workflow pipeline for these people so they can get their work done fast and make pretty graphics. And the more time you got, the prettier the graphics are going to be. So we've got a lot of great workflow things that just came out with this version and coming soon.
Very cool, Paul. Well, always a pleasure talking to you. Really appreciate it. You guys have so much cool stuff going on, and I'm sure there's going to be more coming down the line. But for now, just do me a favor, say hi to Beeple for me, and
I will.
We will be catching up with you, hopefully in person sometime soon.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.